This is Genesis 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
That's right. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This is Brother Kashakwala.
I'm Brother Zakaria.
We're coming to you from the GMS Atlanta Church here in Georgia. All right. And right now we're just going to go into who Esau, Edom, and Mount Seir is, okay? And this is going to be a part one, because the next part, we're going to go into the prophecies pertaining to when you see the names Mount Seir and Idumea, okay? All right, so you can reread that out.
This is Genesis 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
That's right. So the scriptures tell you plainly who Esau is. Esau is Edom, and he dwelt in Mount Seir. So whenever the scriptures say Mount Seir, primarily in Ezekiel, the 35th chapter, we know it's a prophecy about Edom, or Esau, because Esau is Edom. All right? And so, because me and my brother was listening, we were watching a video, GMS London in Central, those brothers, the pod edification they were bringing out, but a dude who was said he was in the truth for 9 months, bugged out, thinking he could come up. He was barking up the wrong tree, thinking he can correct the men of the Lord. They had to show him that Esau is Edom and that Esau is the so-called white man that we see today. Okay, because he was saying that Esau is Japhet. So we're going to prove that first. Okay, so you know who Esau is. So go ahead we can start at Genesis, we can...
25? 22?
Yeah, 25 and 22, and then we're going to get to yeah, go ahead.
This is Genesis 25 and verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
That's right. So they struggled inside within her. So there was like fighting, man. So Esau and Jacob have been fighting from the get-go. Okay, they've been having bad blood between each other from the get-go. Okay, and she said she went to inquire with the Most High, meaning ask, why is this so? So go ahead.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
That's right. And people will say that Esau and Jacob were twins, thinking that they're identical twins. False. There's something called identical twins and fraternal twins. Identical twins is an egg that is fertilized by 2 different sperm cells, but they will be the same, the same people, same identical, DNA or whatnot. And when you have fraternal twins, it's 2 separate eggs being fertilized by 2 separate sperm. So there are 2 separate entities, 2 separate people, 2 different people. And when you look up about fraternal twins do not have the same DNA, but identical twins do. So they were not identical. You want to say something?
Yeah, as far as like, characteristics and features.
That's right.
One could be lighter than the other. One could be darker than the other.
That's right.
Just to put that out there, just to add on.
They have a different facial structure. They may look alike, like
of course,
brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, 2 different people. It's kind of like the fraternal twin. The most they have in common is they were born around the same time. Well, like at the same time. Okay. See, me, myself, and this brother, we have siblings. I was born a few years after my eldest brother, okay? Just a few years after my eldest brother, okay? And we look alike, but we're two different people. It's the same thing with fraternal twins. It's the only difference is they were born at the same time. That's it, okay? So, go ahead.
2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people. Different. There's a difference between them. They're 2 different people. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
That you can read about that prophecy in 2nd Ezra 6. So go ahead.
Con. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
And that's the fraternal twins. So go ahead.
Con. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
Esau, Ashashua, meaning he wasted away as he, because he had no pigmentation, and his blood could be seen through his skin. That's why he was red. Okay, that's why he said red like a hairy garment. He was hairy as well. All right, but he had no pigmentation. He was a clean leper. Okay, so go ahead.
Con. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
And again, you can read that prophecy again in 2nd Ezra 6. So go ahead.
Con. And his name was called Jacob.
Now stop right there. His name was called Jacob. So let's go to Genesis, the 10th chapter.
Con.
Because when we were watching that video, the dude said Esau comes from Japheth. Okay? And when you do the lineage, so we just read Jacob. Jacob's father was Isaac. Isaac's father was Abraham. Correct? Now let's read Genesis 10 and 2.
God. This is Genesis 10 and 2. The son of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Taurus.
All right. Let's read verse 3.
Verse 3. And the sons of Gomer,
Ashkenaz, and Raphath,
and Togarmah.
Togarmah. Go ahead.
And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Gittim, and Dodamin.
Yeah.
Dodamin.
And read verse 5.
Verse 5. And these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, Esau came from Abraham's line. Reading right there, Japheth's descendants, I don't see Abraham. So let's go and read Shem's line, okay? And we can start at Genesis 11 and 10.
Fine. Genesis 11 and verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters.
All right, so Arphaxad was the start of the division. Okay, you go just a quick synopsis. You go from Arphaxad to Eber, from Eber to Peleg. Okay, Eber was the keeping of the Hebrew tongue, because his name in Hebrew is Ibar, and that's how you say Hebrew in Hebrew. Okay, and then you got Peleg. Peleg, his name means to divide. From him, the division started to come where the Lord was picking out his specific seed. So with that being, jump down to verse 24.
In verse 24, and Nahor lived 920 years and begat Terah.
Yeah, that's right. So Nahor, he begat 9 and 20 years and begot Terah. Now Nahor was the grandfather of who? Laban. Who Jacob went to go get his All right. So when we see that he went to Laban to go get his 2 wives. Okay. So continue reading to verse 25.
Verse 25. And Nahor Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years. He begot sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran.
That's right. So right there, we see the line that Abraham came out of, and he came out of Shem. Okay? So we understand that Isaac came from Abraham, and Jacob came from Isaac. So did Esau come from Isaac. So if Isaac came from Abraham, that would make Esau a Shemitic being. That would make Jacob Shemitic. It's not hard to understand, because people will sit here and say that Esau is the Japhets, and that's wrong. That is wrong. He took the land of the Japhetic people when you come to the Macedonians, King Philip II, so on and so forth. But he was not Japhet. He was a Shemitic person, okay? Just like me and this brother, we're Shemitic, all right? Because we come from the line of Shem, not Japhet. We just read the line of Japhet. There was nothing in there talking about Abram or Abraham, okay? And we understand, again, that Jacob, Isaac came from Abraham. Abraham, his father Terah, came from Nahor. Nahor, when you go all the way back up, came from Shem, one of the sons, the three sons of Noah. Okay? That's simple. It is that simple. Right there, debunked. Simply debunked. It ends that conversation that Esau, the so-called white man, is Japhetic. Done. Done deal. According to the scriptures, Esau is Shemitic. Okay? So now that we understand that Esau is not Japhet and Esau is a so-called white man, let's go back. Well, to prove that he's a so-called white man, let's go back to Genesis 25. And start at 25 again. Genesis 25 and 25.
This is Genesis 25 to 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
That's right. Another question that was asked in that video that we were watching in the London camp, Shalom to them, Akim, that we were watching in that camp, is that guy said, well, it only described Esau, but it didn't describe Jacob. Well, it wouldn't need to describe Jacob because everybody was of the same color at the time.
That was a normal thing.
That's why when Esau came out there, like, I shot you. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. Like, what is this?
Watch the way.
Wasted. He's just wasted. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else came out of pigmentation. Okay? Esau had the mark of Cain physically. Okay? He had a mark. And how we recognize Esau today, obviously more so through the spirit now, because everyone is mingled around with each other. But we can really tell an Edomite, the most clear way to tell an Edomite is if you're a clean leper, okay? But then again, like I just said, the confusions of faces, okay? We understand that, all right? So, you can keep reading verse 26.
Verse 26.
Oh, Salah. It said he came out red. Who's the only red people on this earth? Really think about it.
Who turns red when they get mad? Who turns red when they happy? Who turns red when they're walking in the sun?
Who turns red when they get slapped in the face? You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we got that covered. That's a rhetorical question.
It's obvious.
Yeah, it's blatantly obvious who the red person is on this earth. It is Esau, which is a so-called white man. We say so-called white because no one is white. All right? That picture of that flower in the background, that's a white background. Nobody in the world is that color. Okay?
And the word white means pure.
That's right.
They're not pure. We are.
That's right.
You are if you're Israel.
That's right.
You're pure.
Israelite in their right mind, I'll tell you that. So go ahead at 26.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them.
That's right. Isaac was 60 years old. So go ahead. Verse 27.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Who's a cunning hunter today? Who likes to shoot guns all the time?
Who likes to shoot deers?
Who likes weapons? Who likes the military?
God.
So-called white man. So go ahead.
And a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
That's how Jake liked to chill, bro. He's like dwelling in tents, man. He's like, just chill. When you look at that word plain, it means well-rounded as well. Okay? Jacob was well. He can hunt. He can fish. He can fight. He can do all that. He was well-rounded. But Esau was particularly good at hunting and being in the field and with weapons. That describes a so-called white man right there. We're just proving to you that Esau is the white man, the so-called white man. Okay? So jump down to verse 29. Whoa, yeah, jump down to verse 29.
Verse 29. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
That's right. He said Jacob sawed pottage. Sod or sodden means to boil. Okay, so he was making a stew. All right, so go ahead.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
So who likes to eat steak tartare? Who likes their steak done medium rare? Who likes their steak done just give me the goddamn steak right off the cow.
The cow, yeah, that's it.
You know, just put it on the plate. There was a video of an Edomite eating a lamb leg 100% raw.
Raw, yeah.
And it was
and enjoying it.
And enjoying it. Yeah. Going in on it. So go ahead.
For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Now when you look that word up, Edom, in the Hebrew it's Adawam, which just means red. Okay? So Esau was red. Who's red today? Who has the pigmentation of red? The so-called white man. So it's that simple. If you can't get this, get Isaiah 29 and 10. Because if you can't get, this is a very simplistic breakdown. Okay? If you can't connect the dots, okay, the Lord ain't working with you. All right?
And also, it's just plain and simple. These are basic characteristics.
So Isaiah 29 and 10.
This is Isaiah. Yeah.
It's like the brother said, it's simple characteristics. You know, it's simple facial structures, simple physical features, simple, characteristics. You know, things that the so-called white man does today is explained right here in Genesis from the get-go. Okay, so go ahead.
This is Isaiah 29 and verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
So if you can't understand this, it's just because the Lord has poured out deep sleep on you to where you can't perceive something that is so simple. Okay? Because a lot of Jake out here today like to make things that are so simplistic, so complex. Okay? You just got the spirit of deep sleep, so go ahead.
And have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
That's right. And that's the TD fakes, the Creflo broke dollars, the Joel Oilsteins. You know, those are those dudes. Those are your judges. But they keep covering that. They keep covering you. Okay, spiritually blinding you. You're not physically blind because a nigga won't understand that scripture right there. Oh, I ain't blind. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't understand what we're saying and how Esau is the white man, then you are spiritually blind and your ears are spiritually deaf. That simple. Okay, is that it on that? That's about
it. That's it.
Okay. So go back to Genesis 36 and 8.
This is Genesis 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
So there you go. So Mount Seir. So no, we explained that Esau is Edom. So Okay, go ahead, bro.
Because I'm going to look that Mount Seir up.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Because we explained how Esau is Edom. We just showed you in Genesis 25 that he wanted red pottage. Okay, so therefore his name was called Edom. Okay, meaning red. All right. So we just proved to you who the red man is walking around today, who we call, for edification purposes, so you know who we're talking about, the so-called white man. Because I'm not gonna go up to somebody and be like, "Yo, man, Esau off the chain, man. He was just wild as hell." They'll be like, "Well, what are you talking about?" Or I'm not gonna be, "Man, the red man is crazy." I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be like the so-called white man. And they'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, the white man." And then in turn, I'll be like, "Well, he's spoken about in the Bible as Esau, who is Edom, which means red because his pigmentation is red, because no one is white." And then they'll understand. Oh, so the so-called white man is Esau, the red man, in all actuality. Yes, simple as that. It's kind of like calling us a byword, like Negro or black, okay? For edification purposes, you know who I'm talking about. Then I can call you an Israelite or Jacob or a Judite or a Gadite or a Judite, Salah, because that's who the Negroes are. So you can understand it. I'm not going to say, "Man, these Judites crazy, man." No, I'm be like, "These niggas is wild and crazy." You know who I'm speaking about. You know what I'm saying? And then break it down. That's how you teach. So you got that?
Yeah, I got Mount Seir. I just want to, if we can get it on camera.
Turn your brightness up.
Kind. When we look at Mount Seir, these are where they came from. Hold up, let me see. I think it's up too high.
Yeah, right. Too high.
Let's see.
There you go.
Still too high. So up. Just do this. Yeah, you can see a little better. But you see, those are mountains right there. That's where they came from. Now, if you look up the Caucasus Mountains, that's actually where they got their name today, Caucasian. It's the same thing. This is where they're from. They try to make it all green and shit.
That's off.
Yeah. But yeah, man. The Mount Seir is the Caucasus Mountains. But,
Okay.
Straight to the point.
So with that, brother, I want you can go ahead and break this down. I'm going to get that in Obadiah. I'm going to jump right to the point. You can break it down, bro.
Okay.
So, Salat, bear with us. All right, this is Obadiah. Man, I'll just start at 1, and you got it. All right.
Okay.
The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. Okay? We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Pause right there. Didn't we just show you an image? So
You got it.
Yeah, an image of what the cliffs of the rocks look like. Mount Seir. They're greatly hated amongst the heathen. Don't the heathens hate them today? They're going against her, and if you want to know who her is prophecy, Babylon. You can continue.
It says, whose habitation is high.
And look at these high towers and high rises they got. They like living high and watching down on people. And that's about to come up in a couple. Yeah, keep on. About to come up.
Okay. Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That's that pride they got today. Continue.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou that set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
He said, as an eagle, that represents what? Rome and today, United States of America. It symbolizes as an eagle. What does an eagle do? Fly up real high, look down on its prey.
That's right.
And just attack, devour.
That's right. We got another precept for you, Rob.
Come on.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'll start at 4. Okay, just jump to the point. It says, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped.
God, and don't Esau like to be worshipped today? Don't isn't he trying to be as God, as if he's God? You know, we was talking about it earlier. NASA, he created to where they can create earthquakes, different storms. He took our power image down and put, you know, Jesus Christ, Caesar Borgia. That's him trying to be like God. Hey, it's okay to be a homosexual. Yeah, you can do this. You can do that. That's off.
That's right.
He's our adversary. That's the opposite of what we actually came from. That's the opposite of what we do.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right. And it says, so that he is, I'll reread, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right?
God. That's what he do today.
That's right.
He walks around with pride in his heart, exalt himself as an eagle. He set himself above everybody, called us bywords and proverbs. So like, niggas, coons, spits. He does that to our whole nation, even the heathens. Gave us new names, so-called, saying renaming and the lands, genetically processing food, putting it in stores. He thinks he's God. He thinks he can create and destroy. If you go to the Georgia Guidestone, but keep the population
500 million
at a certain number. He gives you vaccine shots. He's killing us.
That's right.
In this filthy air. So that's him saying, I can destroy, I can create. He's trying to be like the Most High. And that's it on that. I just wanted to really put that up, make sure they understand that.
Con. All right. So this is Genesis 36 and 8 again. Thus, so we can review. All right. It says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. So we just showed you a picture of Mount Seir. Okay. The Caucasus Mountains. Okay, which they got pushed to when you go into the history, which our brothers can look into yourselves. Okay, because they ultimately came when Revelation the 20th chapter came about, was when they came out of the Caucasus Mountain because they knew they had a short time for their rulership. Esau is still primarily a new ruler right now. Okay, so they came out the Caucasus Mountains, and then that's when they went into Turkey to be like the Ottoman Turks.
Okay.
You can look that up for yourselves. All right. So it says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And then the last precept is Genesis 32 and 3. It says, Jacob sent messengers before him to his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. So in part 2, when we go through that, we're going to go through the prophecies concerning Mount Seir. And we understand that Mount Seir is speaking about Edom because that's where Esau dwelt. Because again, when you read Genesis 36 and 8, it says Esau is Edom. And I'm going to reread Genesis 32 and 3 again. It says, and Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother into the land of Seir, the country of Edom. We know that Edom is Esau, and we know that the land that he dwelt in was Seir. Okay, so with that, I hope you brothers was edified. Ultimately, I hope the elect 144 were edified, and both of us brothers want to give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakam, Kodash, and we want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, all hell's about to break loose. The chip is already here. Keep pushing, keep fighting, man. We almost out of here. All right, shalom.
Shalom.